The poor student visited an artifact shop for the first time. He immediately spent a hefty 6 billion to buy 2 artifacts. The boss quickly changed his words and called him a distinguished customer. He even recommended a special artifact to him. But as a demigod, when Tian could tell at a glance that this golden sphere was useless. Boss Tony quickly explained that this artifact is called Greed Wolf and comes from a long-lost civilization. It grows by devouring other artifacts. And it can inherit the powers of the artifacts it devours, causing anger from dozens of civilizations. It will forever disappear into the long river of history. The store is offering a great promotion now. This artifact from a lost civilization is now available for only 10 billion MP. What are you hesitating for? Wu's first reaction is that it's too cheap. An artifact that led to the downfall of a powerful civilization. What a joke. Tony knows what he is struggling with. He explained proactively. In fact, this artifact is incomplete. It has some minor flaws. It can still grow by consuming artifacts, but the efficiency will be 10 times slower. It can only inherit some passive effects and cannot inherit the accompanying divine magic. When Tian on the side bluntly said, "Isn't this just a piece of junk?" Tony was very angry. "Old Tian, you can insult my character, but you cannot insult." After thinking for a moment, Wu decided, "I'll buy this artifact. I'll offer 4 billion MP. When Tian was anxious, "Wu, 4 billion is not a small amount. Even if you're rich, you shouldn't spend money recklessly like this." In fact, Wu was thinking from a reverse perspective. If one were to acquire an artifact from an enemy that cannot be tamed or destroyed, Greed Wolf's devouring power could just consume it. This would also be a way to weaken the enemy's power. He explained to Wen Tian, "Teacher Tian, I really admire the artifact created by Master Tony. With just a fragment, he was able to forge Greed Wolf. I am willing to use all my MP to support his forging. But the problem is, I am too poor. I only have 400 million MP left." I wonder if Master Tony would be willing to compromise. It may seem like an explanation, but in reality, it's actually praise and bargaining. However, Master Tony seems to be enjoying it. He touched his own bald head. Finally sold it to Wu for 4 billion MPs. No amount of money can buy a true confidant. The artifact Greed Wolf belongs to you now. Tony, a master blacksmith, pursues artistry and recognition above all else. He feels the Wu, and truly appreciates the power of this artifact. The scene shifts. Wu has already teleported back home. He immediately began the ritual to claim ownership of the 3 artifacts. According to the instructions accompanying the artifacts, he dripped his blood separately on 3 artifacts, turning into tiny threads of blood spreading on the surface of the artifact. The first to complete the acknowledgement as the master is the 0 stars artifact I probe instrument spirit transforming into a golden firefly flying towards Wu. Next is the 2 stars artifact Gu vessel instrument spirit, which is a frog. It leaped out of the vessel with a swoosh. The frog opened its mouth wide and croaked loudly. Wu immediately commanded 100,000 elite locusts to fly into its mouth for refinement. Results are expected to come out in a day. However, the artifact Greed Wolf remained motionless. Wu sensed the message that its blood was not enough. "Damn. You're a vampire." The man dripped blood onto the artifact. Suddenly, it emitted bursts of light. Soon, a wolf pup that looked like a Siberian husky appeared in front of my eyes. That is the instrument spirit of artifact Greed Wolf. Wu frowned involuntarily. He thought to himself, "Is this really Greed Wolf? But why does it look more and more like a Siberian husky?" Without waiting for him to think further, the wolf pup suddenly started howling. It seemed like it wanted artifact as its food. Wu pondered in his heart. Was it influenced by gluttony code right after being summoned? But my ancestors, I am so broke that I'm almost eating dirt. Where can I find any artifacts? But it won't do to not feed right after being summoned. So Wu casually threw out a pure energy crystal. Unexpectedly, The wolf pup was as cheerful as a little dog. It suddenly jumped up and bit the energy crystal. After finishing these tasks, Wu meditated on the spot, thinking of the family dependents in the realm. With the repair and upgrade of the gluttony code, the family dependents of locusts have been greatly affected. They are eating wildly. Locusts are evolving every moment. And the other 4 ordinary family dependents are living enriched lives. The red dwarfs are mining and forging iron. The Minotaur clan is forging new totems. Iron-cutting Swordwind is comprehending skills. And Skeleton Tribe is gnawing on the dazzling skeleton crystal. Wu is very satisfied with the family dependents. The gluttony code has now been repaired to level 3. Just by eating, one can evolve into elite. If further repaired, upgrade, it can make ordinary life evolve into otherworldly life. In this way, my locusts, under conditions of abundant food, can't all employees be promoted to otherworldly life? That's tens of billions of otherworldly life. A few days later, the number of locusts in Wu's realm has surged to 14 billion. It's time to start a new round of sacrifices. He only kept 1 billion otherworldly life locusts for future use. Then all 13 billion locusts were donated for inspection. At this moment, the situation in the realm is ever-changing. A huge sacrifice ritual circle shrouds the entire area. Countless locusts have turned into streams of life energy, converging into the ritual circle. The rewards that appeared before Wu quickly earned his praises. Is this the reward for sacrificing 13 billion locusts? Indeed, it is so much better than before. 10,000 Nightmare Hunter Otherworldly Life. Option 2. The 3 stars artifact Dominion Steel Blade serves as both an artifact and a holy relic. It functions as a level 3 holy relic. Additionally, there is a chance for level 2 holy relic enlightenment stone core family dependents to be enlightened into a semi-human form. After reading the description, Wu didn't hesitate and directly chose option 3. Because being in a semi-human form means family dependents can use weapons just like humans. For example, Minotaur, Lizardfolk, and even Ratfolk belong to semi-humanoid races. But common does not mean semi-humanoid is inferior. If locusts evolve into semi-humanoid form, they can use weapons. Combined with top-notch aerial power, that's definitely an air force. As the level 2 holy relic is loaded into the realm core, a strong light descends from the sky and pierces into Wu's realm. Soon, billions of locusts rush into the beam of light. Roughly 1 in 1,000, about 1 million locusts, are affected by the Enlightenment Stone. The man crushed the Enlightenment Stone of the level 2 holy relic. Let 1 million locusts in the realm evolve into a humanoid form. That is a new type of species. Not only do they have humanoid bodies, but they also have acquired primitive intelligence. And the semi-humanoid form can use weapons. This is a huge advancement for Wu. After these locusts metamorphose into humanoid locusts, it became an otherworldly life in one leap. It can also produce higher quality locust eggs. Even the faith energy has reached fanatical believer level. Each humanoid locust can produce almost 2 MP points during its life cycle. Just as Wu is immersed in joy, the homeroom teacher Wen Tian sent a video call request. After the call connected, Wen Tian said that Jingxi College issued a notice to retest Wu. Tomorrow, an admissions officer will come to the school to test him. All of this is within Wu's expectations, because demigod Elephant Lord Ming Xiang had promised to help him. Arrived at the school, Sun Tzu, on the other hand, came up to him. This time he put down the pride of being a noble family member. How has your realm been developing recently? If you lack resources, you can tell me. Some scarce resources cannot be bought online. My family has many demigods. There are some connections available. Wu asked tentatively. Can your family obtain realm core fragments? I currently need from level 7. The amount of realm core fragments needed to level up to level 10. Sun Tzu said he can get it, but the price is a bit high. Even if we get a cost price based on our relationship, it's not a small amount. It probably needs 400 million MP. Wu was indeed feeling a little troubled. Sigh, indeed poverty restricts one's own development. But Sun Tzu added that if you can sell me 1,000 copies of Skeleton Knight from Otherworldly Life, it could offset this MP. Wu immediately became interested upon hearing about Skeleton Knight from Otherworldly Life. Deal? Sun Tzu has witnessed the terror of the Skeleton Legion. He didn't expect Wu to agree so readily. Should have picked the hero's necromancer early on. When Tian walked into the classroom at this moment, Wu, the examiner from Jingxi University, is here. He's waiting for you at the Educational Affairs office. However, when Wu arrived at the Educational Affairs office, the enrollment teacher with the Mediterranean hairdo was stunned. He thought to himself that this kid didn't pass the C trials, but managed to get an internal recommendation. But what can be done? The test at Jingxi College is much harder than the high school examination. In order to eliminate cheating, the test restricts only core family dependents to participate. What are the core family dependents of this kid? The lowest-ranking locusts, perhaps? Here he had a triumphant announcement of the test content. You will invade a border town of a vast civilization called Dulong City. The civilization has a sound level system and professional structure. You and your family dependents will all be affected, once identified by the system as a disastrous demonic creature. The workers in Dulong City will take the initiative to hunt you down and eliminate you completely. And you have only one mission. At least kill one of the heroes guarding Dulong City. Wu asked, Teacher, I would like to ask how many troops are in Dulong City and how many heroes are there? The admissions teacher smiled and said, Dulong City has a population of tens of millions. The probability of professionals is over 10%. There are a total of 5 heroes. For more information, you need to explore it yourself after arriving in that civilization. You have 1 hour left to prepare. Upon seeing this, Wu quickly found the class teacher. Teacher Tian. I want to use the class points I recently received. Exchange for 3 grade 1 sacred items. The man placed the core fragments into the realm. Instantly upgrade the level 7 realm core to level 10. And then loaded 3 newly exchanged holy relics. Level 1 Holy Relic. Poison Gland has a certain chance to give core family dependents the poison attribute and grow a poison gland. Level 1 Holy Relic. Earth's core has a certain chance to give core family dependents the earth element, increasing defense. Level 1 Holy Relic. Fairy Shortbow is both a holy relic and a divine weapon. It has a certain chance to give core family dependents the power to summon a shortbow as a weapon. The host deity gains the power to summon the fairy shortbow itself. 3 beams of light shot down. All 5 billion locusts in the entire realm were affected to varying degrees. Wu is more confident in this test. Most infernal worms have poison glands. Defense of half of the abyssal locusts has been increased. Almost all humanoid locusts can engage in combat using a shortbow. 1 hour of preparation time quickly passed. Wu appeared in front of the admissions teacher once again. He took out a crystal ball and said that as long as you hold it, you can teleport to the outskirts of Dulong City with core family dependents. Wu gently placed his hand on it upon hearing this. The next moment, a burst of light radiated from the crystal ball. Before long, Wu's whole body was engulfed in golden light. He was quickly teleported to a forest. Behind him were 5 billion core family dependents, so densely packed that they almost blocked out the sky. At this moment, a series of urgent beeping sounds rang in his mind. Intruder detected. Please quickly leave the current dimension. Otherwise, you will be identified as a demonic creature and subject to elimination. The intruder refuses to leave and is identified as a demonic creature with the codename Lord of the Fiendish Locusts. His personal information panel then appears in front of him, clearly documenting his innate items and skills. Wu quickly scrolls through the panel, wanting to check the level information of the 2 newly born heroes, humanoid locusts. However, after viewing it, he is still puzzled. What does level 60 mean in this context? It is difficult to judge without a reference point. Just then, a humanoid locust flew back to report. Oh gods! There are creatures attacking us! Wu immediately jumped over upon hearing this. On the abyssal locust of an otherworldly life. Departing, we are going to examine the enemy's situation. On the other side, a warrior holding a great sword. Observing this group of overwhelming locusts. Demonic creatures. So many demonic creatures appearing out of nowhere. On the side, the wrathful martial artist is excited beyond measure. Son, you should be happy too. More demonic creatures means more bounty for us. Once we save enough money, we can enhance the team's strength by the second-class change. The water sage in the rear is summoning the little fairy. Let it go collect the arcane crystals that burst out from the locusts after they die. There is also a fire mage, who has turned red with rage, continuously waving their staff to unleash flames. Groups of locusts turn into charred remains in the horrifying heat. Little did they know, in a corner of the sky, Wu has already seen everything through the eye of probe. And the information panels of the 4 individuals have also been fully understood. Form a character that fits the current civilization. Son Elven's level 37 Dragon Blood Warrior Tier 2. In addition, all 4 people are wearing a similar style of badge. The difference is that Son's badge is made of silver. The other 3 people have badges made of bronze. This allows Wu to understand in an instant. This Son is the leader among the 4. At this moment, Son already faintly felt that something was amiss. Killed over 1,000 demonic creatures. But the number kept increasing instead. When he was prepared to retreat, Wu issued an oracle. Go and test their strength. Just saw that hero's humanoid locust diving straight down. It landed in front of the 4 people. Son felt the oppressive aura coming from the other party. It turned out to be a Tier 3 demonic creature.